Season 4 of Chefs, Deliciousness, and Cocktails starts right now. Woo! Hey, everybody, here we are back for this another Trey's Chowdown Live, Season 4, Episode 5, and I got Dallas Hale in the house. Dallas, man, thanks for showing up.
Oh, thank you for having me again.
I'm excited to talk about all your awards and how everything's going. And
appreciate you.
And how you're going. All right, guys, as usual, I got some stuff to talk about before. Don't forget, we got Taco Landa coming up in November. You can go to Taco Landa, Google it, or go to their website, or go to their Facebook, and you can get the information, get your tickets for Taco Landa. I think they're pretty much almost sold out by now, but the VIP is, but you can get the tickets for going to the actual event. Next weekend, we have Whiskey of the World's event. It's whiskeys for 3 days. Actual distillers coming from all over the world for this event in Dallas. And the tickets, I think the tickets are like $100 for all 3 days, but if you use discount code TREY20, you get 20% off. That's nice. Pretty good.
That's real good.
That saves a lot of money. But they're going to have, it's going to be really cool. They're going to have a lot of distillers there with actual whiskeys, teaching you about them and how they make them with all the grains, show you how they do it. It's going to be a pretty cool deal.
Sounds like a hangover.
Yeah. 100 different whiskey makers.
God,
yeah.
Got to try them all.
So think about it. Even if you tried a shot of each one,
that's a lot of whiskey.
You better Uber.
Yeah.
Wait, we've been there.
We have a couple times.
Yeah. And okay, as I told you all the last month, beef prices are up again still. Please don't hold the restaurants accountable. They can do nothing about the prices, and they have to raise their prices. I saw a deal where another guy said that he's going to have to shut down because his business is just so bad because people think that his prices.
It's a constant battle. I mean, we're constantly telling everybody that, the prices are going up, the labor shortage, or the supply, because there's not enough people driving, and I say the same thing. Everybody understand that the restaurants are doing everything they can. Yeah. So
a supply chain is a big thing too. I told you about that Yelp, that guys having all this problem with people, and I know we talked about the Yelp deal, but people, just because he can't get that dish, it's not they don't want to serve it; they can't get through the supply. Yeah, and
people don't realize there's boats circling the bays right now, and they can't even dock because there's nobody to offload the boats.
Did you? They did a USA Today did a deal from the set. There's so many boats in the harbor in Los Angeles, you can see them from the satellite in space.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's over 90 out there right now.
Yeah, it's a mess, but everybody just bear with us. We're everybody's fighting the fight, and we just need a little help getting through it. And everybody just be nice to your staff.
Just be nice. Yeah. That's the thing. Just be nice. Okay, we've got 2 more restaurants open up: Spatch Kitchen and Cocktails, and Sonny and Sons. That's say that about 5 times. Do you know who they are?
I don't heard that one.
They're going to 500 Beltline Road in Addison.
Okay.
It's a side-by-side concept. They're going to have one's going to have cocktails, one's going to concentrate on food. So that just Sonny and Sons. You say that faster about 3 or 4 times and be a little bit.
Need a couple cocktails to say it that many times.
Yeah, you do. And this weekend in Fort Worth, we've got the beer fest at Rodeo Goat. People own Rodeo Goat. They're doing a beer fest at the Flying Saucer. It's Flying Saucer downtown Fort Worth. It's this Saturday. Get your tickets there, or go to Flying Saucer and get them. All right, now we're going to get down with Dallas. Dallas, man, so happy to have you back again.
I appreciate you. It's always a good time.
I really wanted to talk about Ebb Flow because you know how ever since I met you over there, it's been a long time, 2 or 3 since it opened, but we had a great time. I love that concept, and the one in Plano just got Best Patio.
Best Patio in Plano, got a Best Brunch in Plano, and Best New Restaurant in DFW.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
You've got some great food now. We're going to talk about it later, but I just wanted. There's a couple things I want to hit on there. You've got a really cool pizza oven there. Mm-hmm. I remember when I tried the food over there.
Right.
And you've got some brunch pizzas. You got all kinds of stuff at brunch, don't you?
Yeah, we got brunch pizzas. We've got like a taco pizza. We've got different things. We just have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, a lot of good flavors.
A lot of good flavors.
So it started in Deep Ellum, correct?
Correct.
Ebb Flow in Deep Ellum. How did that concept come about?
So that was my brother and my sister-in-law, and it was a little concept idea that they had that they brought me in on. And, right out of the gates, it opened right about COVID, and we stayed the course and fought the fight, and we did well. And it was just such a cool vibe and cool concept. It was time that, we tried to expand it, came up with, found a spot in Shops of Legacy, tweaked it, a little bit different from Deep Elm to Shops of Legacy, but stayed the main course. Laura decorated everything, and, kudos to her because she's really the one who gets the award,
I remember I went by and they were hanging that stuff
That's right.
all over. Now the first one we met at, the one in Deep Elm during COVID, it was the interior and the patio, everything is just so stunning. It's really beautiful. I know you've had a lot of great comments about that.
Yeah, we first year out, we won most Instagrammable spot.
Yeah, it really is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you transformed it. I know every time you move a location, you have to tweak it depending on the location.
A little bit,
just a little bit, but it's still beautiful too. Yep. And that patio. Now you got copycats out there.
We do have copycats. We got several of them.
Remember, I was at a place and I sent you a picture and you said, "Where's that at?"
Yeah, in Dallas.
Boy, normally it takes you a few minutes. Boy, your response on that one was real quick. Where's that
at? Yeah. There's people, and I guess it's flattery, but sometimes people need to have their own ideas too.
Yeah, that's true. So, what's your favorite thing about Ebb Flow?
It's the vibe in there. You go in there, you can go in there and, workout gear. You can go in there on a date, the brunch there. I love the brunch there. But it's just a good vibe going in there, sit there, have music. We tweaked Plano a little bit. We have a DJ on the weekends playing, a little bit more.
That's right,
mainstream music, and it's just a really good vibe in there. Everybody's having a good time.
And a plus too about one in Plano is they've got plenty of parking.
Correct.
They can park and
there's
go
parking
in there.
garages.
Yeah.
We have valet there.
I was just fixing to say valet. Yeah.
So it's good.
Parking makes a big difference for lots of people.
Huge. Luckily in Deep Elm, when people go there, they know that they're going to have problems parking.
Right.
So it didn't affect it too bad. But, get north of 635, they expect to be able to park.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how geographical areas work that way? Mm-hmm. It is. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. I saw a couple of deals on the news yesterday. This is off the subject, but saying about the uptown Dallas is having some trouble and people are leaving. And I saw some of the tenants that have actually left because it wasn't what it used to be. I wonder if that's before COVID or what happened.
Well, I think it's not what it's used to be, but also the landlords out there. We had our first Shell Shack in Uptown. All the landlords there are all wanting to go vertical.
Okay.
Yeah. So, they're wanting to do high rises, so they're giving short-term leases. And, you're losing a lot of tenants that way. Common Table is no longer in that area. Yeah. And it wasn't because they weren't thriving. They were doing amazing. It was, just these short-term leases. Everybody wants to lock you in at these high rates.
Real estate. Mm-hmm. It's all about the ROI, I guess, for those guys. And it's not for the business, but it is for the real estate people.
Correct.
And that's a bad thing.
Right.
So how did you know you want to put the Ebb and Flow in Plano? It came about, or were you looking?
No, I was looking. Wanted to. Shops always was my idea that I thought Ebb and Flow should be in the shops. And so as we were looking, we found one location. They were taking a little bit of time. This other location presented itself, and we just, you opened up the doors and you just saw Ebb and Flow, even when it was covered in dirt and everything. I mean, with the accordion doors and everything, it was just, this should be Ebb and Flow. Yeah.
It just popped.
Mm-hmm.
So do a lot of people, do a lot of people that shop and stuff go there for other things? Do they actually come there before they go home? Or is it also a destination point?
Both. They will come there. If they're shopping, they'll walk by. But it's also a very good destination point,
Yeah, which a lot of people look for, and especially north.
Right.
Yeah, they look for that, which is good. Now, did a comedy club ever open up across the street?
It opened up yesterday, actually.
Did it?
Yes.
Just yesterday?
Just yesterday.
I saw the signs like a year ago, didn't I, or something?
Yep. It was, year and a half ago, but yeah, it opened up yesterday.
Oh, wow. Well, that'll bring more business down to you.
Absolutely.
After they leave the comedy club or whatever, they can come down.
Yeah, they can spill out. And, they've got a couple spots to go. Hopefully, we retain them down there. And I really think that area is about to start popping really good again, like it used to back in the days.
Yeah. So the patio, and I didn't think, but I guess I should have taken some videos of the patio, but people can see the patio on your site. But the patio is so beautiful. How long did it take her to hang all the ornaments and stuff, decorations?
Oh my God! So Laura started it, and Laura, love her so much. She was not about to let anybody help her. And what's funny is, me and my brother, we're both colorblind, so we could put something up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, pink. That's pink. No, it's not.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it was almost, I would say 90% all her. Other people did some fill in, but it was all her. And she was climbing on a ladder in the beginning, and then we got her.
That's when I saw her.
Yeah, and then we actually got her a scissor lift, and she was moving a lot faster. But I mean, she was so meticulous. We've had big storms and everything. We've hardly had anything fall down. I mean, it's weathered everything. She put it in there right.
Where did she get that idea from?
I don't really know. It was so unique, but yeah, she's really just ran with it. So really good.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. The first time I walked in Ebb Flow in Deep Ellum, I saw that was just one of my favorite things. And I think that's something that has to move with every location anytime you open
Absolutely.
a new one. It's part of
yeah,
this thing.
There's some things you can change, and there's some things that just have to
stay. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about, you have a great craft cocktail menu there.
We do.
And I want to talk a little bit about that. You have new drinks every week, or is it? I know
No,
you had some staples.
We have some staples like from day one, the frozen watermelon mule.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've had that.
Oh, that is just amazing. And then we come up with Little Wit created the cocktails, and she still every now and again comes up with some, and we'll put them through the test, and it is quite amazing, all the cocktails that come out, and then you've got your regulars, for people like you and I. We just go in there and get our vodka or whatever.
That's right, yeah. I try. I go in. I'll try them at every place because everybody's got these really cool craft cocktail drinks now, which is a signature a lot of people like. But I'll, me and like you, I can't. If you drink all that, if you drink a bunch of craft cocktails the next day, you're gonna feel like crap for a week.
Oh, horrible with all that sugar, that hangover. Yeah,
and then the weight, everything it puts on you, and the slug, it just doesn't. It's just better. Clear.
Yes,
clear liquor,
clear, and
a little water, and or ice cube.
Ice cube, yeah. Squeeze a little orange in there.
That's right. That's right. So, your craft cocktails are all made with fresh ingredients there, just like your food.
Correct.
And what is the favorite one? What is the favorite one that y'all sell the most of? Do you know, off the top of your head?
I would say the watermelon mule is up there. Yeah, probably the watermelon mule.
Yeah. I had a purple one.
What was that called? That one's still there. That one's a popular. That one actually escapes me, but
it was good.
I'll find out and give it to you. Yeah.
It was good. It was very good, very good. So let's talk about some other things. I want to talk about how's Shell Shack been doing.
Shell Shack's been doing good. It just won the award for best seafood in DFW again. So doing fine. We're about to add some new things to the menu. Next week we've got some off item that we tried that we really got a good response from. We got onion rings going on. We've got a fried oyster basket. So yeah, a couple different things that are going on the menu that's going to be fun. Some fried pickles. We got a Nashville Hot.
Oh, is that what you're working in?
So Ebb Flow's is a Nashville Hot chicken. It's a little different. We started off there. We have a Nashville Hot fish sandwich.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it is very amazing, very good. And then, of course, because we carry it, we also have the buffalo chicken, so you can also get a Nashville Hot chicken sandwich and tenders and stuff like that. So, yeah, real excited, and we are real close to adding lobster and scallops to the menu also, which we've already tossed around in the kitchen sink and everything, and it's really, really good.
So that's where I met you the first time, was at one of your, a long time ago.
Yeah, Shell Shack.
Shell Shack, and I was really impressed with the concept and how fresh it was. Y'all are still all sourcing your seafood and stuff from the same way, and comes in fresh all the time? And
it comes in, from the correct zones, zone 12 or close to Russia, wherever we're getting it from. There's been shortages here and there. Luckily enough, we've stayed around long enough, and we've got very loyal vendors that they put us at the top of the list.
I would think a lot in that business. I would think that a lot of the people that harvest fish and crab and all that kind of stuff in the seafood business, those guys are workers. They're going to have to go out there and work, or they're not going to make any money. So the only thing I think would be a shortage maybe transportation, and I don't know if that's the thing, but
very true, but they are having issues right now where they don't have the workers to harvest the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I talked to Wild Bill from Deadly Sketch and asked him how things are going. And poor guy, man, he had 4 people out with COVID, and people not wanting to work, and same thing. Even they're feeling the pinch on that.
Y'all became friends when didn't he come down and eat with you?
Yeah, he came down to do a promotion.
Oh, that's right. Tell me that story again, because that's a great story.
So Bill comes down to promote Pilar Rum, and comes into Shell Shack Plano, and sees that we have bear dye crab.
Right.
You know, and we're one of the only ones in Texas that can get it.
Right.
And he looks and he goes, "You don't have bear dye crab." And I said, "100% we do." And he goes, "Let me see the bear dye." And we bring it out. He was posting to all of his buddy on Facebook and texting, "Look at this little seafood restaurant. It's got bear dye here in Plano, Texas." And so him and I sat there, and he had his handler, and it was comical because him and I are drinking. It was day before Super Bowl, actually. And him and I are drinking. And his handler's back there yawning, and I go, "Bill," I said, "Your handler, I think it's time to go." And he goes, "I don't work for him. He works for me." And I was like, "Okay." So in that 4 to 6 hours that I was sitting with him, I learned more about crab.
Right.
Sitting there talking to him than I've ever learned in my whole life. That's
what I tell people all the time. More you learn more stuff than talking to people in situations like this, or a little bar setting, or a golf course. You can't learn it when people are out working or doing meetings, because there's just stuff you're not going to get. But that's the way it works. It's awesome.
Right.
That was a great experience. Wasn't it?
That and I still talk. And him and I are still friends to this day and still talk. So yeah, it's fun.
So what's your number one dish at Shell Shack now?
It's always the staples: the snow crab, the king crab, the bear dye crab, the shrimp. I mean, those always stay true.
So Jan and I were when I featured your what were those the tater tot crab?
Crab tater tots.
Crab tater tots on Fox 4 on Unique Dishes.
Right.
And I went to get them at the one in Arlington. Right. It was the closest one in my house. It was on the way to Dallas. And we were over there yesterday, and I drove, not yesterday, last week, and yesterday might mean last month to me.
Right.
But we drove by, and I said, Dallas didn't tell me he shut down Shell Shack in Arlington. And I said, he had to be somewhere. And we drove, and I looked, and there it was.
Across the street.
You talk about frontage.
Right.
You're on both streets now. Mm-hmm. And so we drove down the street, and I said, that's a great spot.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it from the old spot, and, we literally shut that down one night and opened up the very next morning at 11 a.m. right across the street. So.
That was awesome. You got I saw garage doors. Were they there, or did you put those there?
No, they were already there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it was a great thing. Still the same company that we're with over there.
Yeah, it's Lincoln, right?
Shopcore. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we just needed to move across the street. There was a couple problems with the building, and they were awesome. And they said, "Here, we'll move you over here."
Well, that spot is just so much better anyway, man. Because people didn't, even if they knew you were there, that's fine. But and plus, I love your concept is the atmosphere is always fun. It's outgoing, it's vibrant, and the food's delicious. And I think with those garage doors, being able to go in or out is a big plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got Sushi Marquee.
Sushi Marquee.
I love Sushi Marquee.
That is such a fun concept. I am there so much. You'd think I'd get tired of it, and I never do.
Is the Buddha still there?
The Buddha is still there. People are still making wishes and dropping money. We're still donating that to, first responders or children's charities or stuff. All the money that people make a wish with. But Buddha's still there. Things are going amazing. We're about to add hibachi to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You tell us the story about how you came up with hibachi, because I love those. I love to hear those stories.
So there was a little small hibachi restaurant that I came across, and I walked in, and it had 5 tables and not a hibachi table anywhere. And I was like, "Okay, how's this hibachi?" And she said, "Well, we cook it in back." And, I've eaten a lot of hibachi in my time. And, normally when it's cooked in back, it doesn't taste anywhere near as good. So she brings it out, and I had low expectations, and it was delicious. And I was like, "Wow, that's real hibachi." And she said, "Yeah, we have a hibachi table in the back. We just don't have the room out here, so we cook it back there." And all of a sudden, you could see
light bulb went off.
And because I was thinking, and I called my GM, I said, "How much room do we have on our line?" He said, "We got plenty of space." And I went over there and we measured, and I was like, "We need to put a hibachi table in here," and we moved things. It looks like everything fit like a glove.
Yeah.
I mean, fit in there perfect. We've been experimenting, getting our cook, our meat, everything, and it's going to be the full experience. They're just not going to cook in front of you. You'll get your shrimp appetizer, your vegetables, your soup, the hibachi salad. You can now get hibachi fried rice, the chicken, the lobster, scallops, everything. Steak. filet, ribeye.
The great thing of plus about that is that when you go to hibachi and you take people, lots of times you can't talk to each other, but you're still going to be able to have a whole party there. Everybody can talk and socialize and have fun, but they've also got the hibachi food.
Right, and then they get the experience of Sushi Marquee with the DJ and the MC and people singing and everybody having a good time.
I love that concept. Yeah. What's it after hours sushi 2.0?
No, we called the where we took it and implemented the DJ and the MC and everything. We call it Sushi Marquee 2.0.
Yeah.
But now, shoot, it's about to be 3.0 with everything that we're adding to it.
Yeah. It's going to be 100.0 for long.
Right.
I love that cup you're using right there. That little octopus cup.
You always have this cup for me. I love it.
Well, Janice saw it, and I said, you know what? I said, when Dallas comes on the show, it'd be great.
Yep.
So what is your favorite dish at Sushi Marquee?
Oh, my God. I got so many. I mean, the butterfly kisses, sushi-wise. I mean, the hibachi is just coming out amazing. The Yoda Roll, that's another good one.
I've had that one. That's good.
Yeah, of course. I generally go to the riceless rolls, but if you want, I mean, the Kissy Suzuki is amazing. The Back Nine Dallas, of course, which
that's very popular.
Yeah, it's real popular. And my friend Tsubasa from Yamasushi created that. Years and years ago, he was teaching me how to eat sushi, and he took all my favorite dishes and put it in one sushi roll after years, and called it the Back Nine Dallas roll after our sports bar in my name. So, and it's been, it's in 3 Jinbeis, 3 or 4 Yamas, and Sushi Marquee now. So, hats off to Tsubasa.
when you brought all the food that day for Sushi Marquee, you have keto, what I call keto sushi rolls, because they're riceless.
Right.
And I just, when you said I just remember that. How many of those keto friendly rolls?
I think we have 8 now.
Yeah.
And we always customize. We can do it with soy paper, or and it's all about just adding some crab on the outside. And now we're about to add, with the hibachi, we're going to add a little ninjas sushi menu for the kids.
Right.
Yeah, where it's these kids, they always want to come in, they want to try sushi, and they might not have developed the taste, or if you're like my kid, you've been eating sushi since you're out of the womb.
Right,
but we've got sashimi. Matt came up with this idea where, it looks like sashimi, but it's really a cooked piece of steak or a cooked piece of chicken on it.
Right.
We've got some rolls where it's got cooked chicken or cooked steak on the inside, some cream cheese and some crab. And so, it'll really go with their palate, and they can think like they're eating real sushi, like mom and dad. Yeah. So,
It's a big experience for them.
Absolutely.
And nowadays, mom and dad always look for experiences for the kids. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about you. You manage to constantly keep it going and keep changing, because you have to in today's times.
You got to evolve with times.
Boy, you have to have new culinary stuff all the time.
All the time, and new energy, and you just got to evolve. People don't realize that you can't stay the same. I mean, like back in the 80s, where restaurants never changed, and they were there forever.
Print that menu and always use that menu.
Right.
You get that menu be dirty and fingerprints and all kinds of. Needs to change all the time.
Absolutely.
So you still have the incredible desserts. Y'all still doing all the desserts?
100%. Yeah. Okay. The Nutella banana and the cheesecakes, and we've got all the desserts. Ebb Flow's got I think we got a couple new desserts since you've been there. We've got the we forgot them today, but we've got like a red velvet brownie and different things. You
can't bring everything. You brought a lot of dishes today. You can't bring everything.
Dishes,
you're always good about that, though. So what do you think? So on the weekends, Sushi Marquee on the weekends, is it open the same kind of hour as Ebb Flow?
All concepts are open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. 365 days a year. On Thanksgiving and Christmas, we open at 3 p.m. and still stay open till 2 a.m. So
I have another friend like you that's got a couple bars. His whole thing is, I don't know why people want to close down all this time. He said, let me tell you something. I'm here 365 days a year, boy.
And they come in for it. Yeah. They know that we're open, and they come in and have a good time. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all those days, we've always got people.
So we're gonna here in a minute or so, we're gonna switch back to Ebb Flow.
Okay.
You brought a bunch of dishes for Ebb Flow this time, so we could highlight Ebb Flow.
Right.
Last time you were in, we were highlighting Sushi Marquee. Ebb Flow was just getting going over there in Plano, and I told you I want you to come back so we could highlight Ebb Flow. And they're getting those chefs getting those dishes together now.
Yeah, correct.
We're gonna play. I made a video about supporting restaurants. It's
Okay.
real important to me, my production staff, and I made
Yeah,
it.
no, you've always been a huge supporter of the restaurants.
And I just want people. I want people to understand about the shortage in the staff. And
Sure.
some people think that COVID's over, and it's not over. It's going to be a year and a half longer, especially for the restaurant industry, because they have to have people come back, and they've got to have the business come back and the staff come back and supply chain come back.
Supply chain, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a struggle, and that's one thing I can say is, guys, just understand that these guys are working hard, and the rising cost. I can speak for the majority of restaurants. When they see the rising costs, the restaurant is not making a dime more from these costs, and in most cases they're losing more money, but they've got to pass on those costs or they'll never be able to survive. So when you see the costs go up, understand that they've got to pass on the costs. They're not making more money like you think they are.
That's what I think that people think of and everybody, if you enjoy going out, you're just going to have to just be nice and, and sacrifice a little bit of time. That's all it is. So we're going to go ahead and play that video, and then we're going to switch back to Ebb Flow and have them bring that food in.
Good.
All right. Hi, I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of Trey's Chowdown and host of Trey's Chowdown Live, a weekly TV show and radio podcast highlighting chefs, restaurants, and deliciousness. The restaurant and service industry is in big trouble due to COVID-19, and they could really use your help. While restaurants and service operations may look normal, they are far from normal. So many restaurants, food trucks, burger spots, barbecue joints, bars, and taverns are literally going broke by the hour and might get worse. So I'm asking everyone to help out the simplest way they can, and that is to please buy and shop local. Whether you're dining in, taking out, or get delivery, you are helping out your local businesses tremendously. Mom and pop owners, chefs, restaurants, and all of our service folks will be so very thankful that you're helping in this difficult time. Oh, and be generous on the gratuity when possible. Thank you so much, and thanks for supporting local. Well, that was perfect. We did it.
Yep.
Boy, the wonders of TV.
It's magic.
Magic. Bam, that was good, wasn't it? All right. I want to show everybody this dish for this is this the Nashville Hot?
That's the Nashville Hot.
Look at this thing. That's a sandwich.
Oh, that's and we do it as a wrap also, and I've actually tried it as a wrap, and it's amazing. That's so good, yeah.
So y'all developed that there. Also, too, all your creations are developed at Ebb Flow or at all your concepts. They're not something that you've taken and buy from somewhere else. You do it yourself.
Yeah, we develop them all ourselves. And even a quick story. My brother was out at the state fair. They won best new something. They had the fried gumbo balls out at the state fair, and they won 2 awards.
Yeah,
and he developed that at Ebb. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this is Nashville Hot, and you have it in a wrap too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
All of our sandwiches also come in a wrap if you want it.
Okay.
And the Nashville Hot was developed by Josh, chef extraordinaire. Took us about 3 weeks playing, going back and forth until we finally got it, and amazing.
Had to get it right.
Yeah.
So is this chicken and biscuits?
Honey butter chicken biscuit.
Honey butter chicken biscuit. Look at that.
One of my brother's favorite with our potatoes that are fresh and cut.
This everything just smells so. I wish we had smell-o-vision.
There you go. Oh my God.
I love the potatoes. Those look fantastic. These look like they're cooked perfectly too. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
With the right part of salt and pepper on it. Yeah. It's really good.
It's just all about that flavor profile. That's awesome. Those biscuits look fantastic.
Yeah, and those are cooked fresh also, right there in the pizza oven.
Let's talk about your pizza oven too. You use that oven for a lot, but that's a really nice pizza oven.
It cooks bacon. It cooks to make the croutons. I mean, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
I wish I could have been here the first time you walked in and saw that oven.
Oh, I know. I sat there and looked at it, and I was like, boy, I hope that works.
All right, now this is the fish sandwich.
That's the mahi sandwich.
Oh my gosh, that looks good.
Yeah, and again, it comes in a wrap, comes in a plate. So yeah, just delicious.
Ebb Flow has got a fantastic menu.
Great menu.
You're not only focusing on fun and atmosphere and cocktails, but you're a big focus on food 7 days a week.
Absolutely. Just like that, or sushi marquee. If so, you're going to do it right.
Yeah, exactly right. This looks really good. Oh my gosh, Dallas. We just got all kinds of good looking stuff here.
Yeah, so that's our grilled chicken plate, vegetables, salad, spinach salad. cooked to perfection. Just delicious, healthier side of things.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
It's always nice to have all the options covered, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
All right, let me see. What is
That is our number one appetizer right there. That's our Cubano egg rolls.
Cubano egg rolls. Look at those bad boys right there.
Just imagine a Cuban sandwich and an egg roll, and that's what it tastes like. Traditionally, Cuban sandwiches come with mustard. It's got the pickles and everything. But here in Texas, you got to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. So we give an option where you can dip it in barbecue sauce or mustard.
Wow, that's fantastic. Those a big seller?
Number one appetizer.
So you've taken a Cuban sandwich and basically put it in an egg roll.
And an egg roll. Yep.
I guess it's true. You can put anything in an egg roll.
Put anything in an egg roll.
It's light. It's got a great texture on it. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it'd be very good. Yeah.
Delicious. Yeah.
Oh, look at this thing right here. Look at this bad boy right here.
So that's our breakfast sandwich, croissant sandwich. My brother, that's one of his favorites. A little bit different. You don't think about it until you taste it. It's got some pickles in there and stuff, and you just wouldn't generally think it would go. And, I was telling my brother the first time we had it, I said, well, let me take the bread off. He goes, you got to have the croissant. Well, let me do this. Nope, you got to eat the way it is. And you take a bite, you end up eating the whole thing. It's delicious.
Croissants are, they're flaky, they're buttery.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you just can't. And then again, with the potatoes, these potatoes just look fantastic.
Oh, they're so good. And like I said, with the egg and the bacon and the pickle and the cheese, it's such a good sandwich.
Bet you go through a lot of potatoes over there.
A lot of potatoes.
People love potatoes, don't they?
Our French fries are also, hand
cut.
Yep.
I think in today's times, if a company is using frozen French fries, it should be I don't know. I'm not going to say outlaw because a lot of people use them, but I like hand cut French fries. I think the flavor, the texture, everything.
I love the hand cut French fries, although I got to say I am a softie for some frozen crinkle cut French fries.
Well, I will say this much: McDonald's has a French fry game. Their French fries are some of the best in the country.
Whataburger.
Yeah.
How about theirs? Yeah.
All right, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, so this is actually our mahi plate. It's got the quinoa on it. It's got some spinach on there. Again, cooked to perfection. Little sauce on it. We actually debuted this. We were on a TV, one of the new shows, and for healthier options, and we cooked this for them.
That looks really good. Mm-hmm. It's kind of blackened a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Looks so tasty. All right, look at this right here. Oh, boy, I know what these are.
Yeah, so that's our number two appetizer, the toasted raviolis. Yeah. And, Josh had made some extras so we could actually eat those on the way over here. And luckily we had enough to make the plate, but unfortunately we ate all the marinara. So it actually comes with marinara.
So that tells you how good it is. Those just look, and I know I've had them. They're delicious.
Oh, yeah. With the whipped ricotta on there. And
it's hard to put them down. It's just hard to put them down. It's almost impossible. They're so delicious. A lot of flavor in there.
A lot of flavor, yeah.
A lot of flavor. Okay, so we got back here. We have man after my own heart. This has got to be a brunch item right here.
Oh, that's a brunch item. That is my favorite brunch item. That's the fried chicken. With the potatoes, the gravy, the eggs. Traditionally, I tell everybody you should get, some eggs over medium with it to let the yolk run out and everything. Right. But, actually, I'm mistaken, Trey. That's the biscuits and gravy.
Oh, it is biscuits.
Yeah,
okay,
I thought that's our biscuits and gravy. Yeah. That's a, old Southern item that.
And you got an egg on there.
Yeah, my brother and I grew up on Mom making biscuits and gravy for us. And so, yeah, we brought it in. It's got a good sausage gravy in there along with the potatoes and the eggs. You can do the eggs anyway. You can do, scrambled. You can even do egg whites.
And, again, biscuits made in your oven fresh.
Correct.
Not bought, made fresh, daily.
Right.
At Ebb Flow.
Yep. Those were made this morning.
That's this morning, okay.
Yeah. That is our patty melt.
Oh boy, look at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. Can you let's see right there.
And that patty melt's made with a cashew beef.
Wow.
And just delicious. Again, one of my brother's favorites. It's just delicious. So good. Yeah.
Buttered toasted bread. Mm-hmm. And I see cheese. I see grilled onion.
Grilled onions, cheese.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So good.
can't wait to take a little bite of that after.
Yeah, and it holds well.
It holds well.
Yeah, I've taken that home and eaten it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
The thing is, when I started this show 4 years ago, I would used to eat on set, and you look up and your teeth and stuff is like, oh, I'm not going.
Yeah, not going to do that anymore. Wait till after.
I'm gonna switch you out. Which one is that?
This one's actually the chicken fried chicken.
Oh my gosh, that's
with the potatoes, and we've got a chicken fried chicken plate for regular hours, or we have the brunch where it comes with those potatoes. You get it with egg on top, the gravy just cut into it, and I mean, just phenomenal.
That's a big dish. That's a big,
huge,
and that's a great looking chicken.
Yeah, huge dish.
That breading looks fantastic on there.
Oh, and they execute it to perfection every time there. They've got it down.
That's just, the food is just everything I've eaten there has always been so good, but this is just, I've only had probably 4 of these dishes. I've had some more of the other stuff, but everything just looks, I've got to, I love those. It's just, the food's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That's our breakfast burger.
Oh, really?
Breakfast burger, yeah, with the meat and the egg and the bacon, and, always good for a hangover.
I think this is probably going to be on the list next year for brunch dishes.
There you go.
That looks amazing. So I see bacon. I see 2 patties. I see egg. I see 3 pieces of cheese. I see bacon. What am I missing?
Butter top. And you can always customize it a little bit more.
Yeah.
However you like it.
It just looks absolutely delicious. Of course, those potatoes.
Yeah.
They're just calling my name, man.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So is this? Oh, I forgot to ask you. Are all these dishes available 7 days a week, or some only available for brunch?
Some of them are only, if they have an egg on them, they're generally only available for brunch.
Okay.
Unless you want, egg on a burger, we can always do that.
Sure.
But, and then we offer some regular lunch items during brunch. You can still get your Cubano egg rolls or your toasted raviolis. We do have some regular items available on brunch because people do like our whole menu. And then we run brunch from 10 a.m. and we run it an hour longer than standard. We run it till 4 p.m. And then we switch over to the regular menu at that. And we have the music playing. It's a fun type of music. Some old school Vanilla Ice will be playing, or some Run DMC.
You like that old school music, though.
I do like that old school music.
Apparently it's worked, because every time I'm there, people are liking it.
Oh, people are having a good time, and they're bopping their head, and they're singing. And we had a kid the other day that just started doing Michael Jackson, probably an 8-year-old kid doing Michael Jackson right in the middle, and that made it on Instagram and everything. People were loving it.
That's awesome. We have one more dish, and I want to swap it out with you. That looks really good. Which one is that?
That's our pork chop.
Oh my gosh.
So it was my idea that we needed to add a pork chop onto the menu. And we came up with some different ideas. And, you remember Nola back in the day over there in Frisco? You know, Nick Totten over there had the best pork chop I ever had. He did this onion-crusted pork chop. It was my favorite. So I wanted to add the pork chop, and we tried several different ones, and they were good. And then our GM, Brian Green, BG, said, I've got a recipe, and came out and brought this pork chop out, and I was like, ooh, that's the winner. And so BG's like, yeah, Mom's been making this for a long time. So yeah, give that credit to BG right there.
So, and this is 7 days a week as well?
7 days a week, yeah.
How's it selling?
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah. It just looks perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
And I like that y'all use spinach. To me, is a fantastic leaf. It holds dressing, but it also holds the flavor. I love spinach a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And of course, Popeye. Who doesn't like Popeye?
Right.
So out of all these dishes we have just right here, which one would be your favorite?
Chicken fried chicken.
Chicken fried chicken. Yeah. It does look good. It looks really good.
Yeah.
The egg rolls look fantastic. So if someone's coming to Ebb and Flow for the first time, say they're listening to the show, they see a show, or they just see an advertisement, if they're coming to Ebb and Flow for the first time, what would you tell them to get?
So if they're coming during brunch, I would say get there, start off with a mimosa or a breakfast shot.
Right.
The breakfast shot tastes basically like pancakes, and it's served with a piece of bacon in there, pancakes and syrup. It's delicious. It's got orange juice in it and some whiskey and stuff, and all it tastes like is pancakes and syrup. It's delicious. And or you can get mimosa, and then I would come in and get the. I would always recommend the chicken fried chicken, but if you want to go on the healthier side, you can get a wrap. We do also have like a breakfast burrito that's actually made with Beyond Beef. Yeah, and you can't even tell it's Beyond Beef.
I interviewed that guy. I did I covered the Dallas Morning Brunch deal for the network.
Mm-hmm.
We made 2 hours of footage. God, I got so much footage. And one of the interviews I did was the guys from Beyond Beef. And I spent, 20 minutes with them. They brought all these dishes to me. I couldn't believe how good it tastes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a beef guy.
Yeah, me
too.
too.
But if you're not a beef guy, if you don't want a beef, Beyond Beef tastes like beef.
Yeah.
They got the texture figured out.
And you just got to cook it right and season it right. But yeah, I told my brother the same thing. I was like, I want regular meat. And he's like, try the Beyond. And sure enough, I eat it all the time. It's delicious.
Yeah. Now there's a whole list of ingredients that's in that Beyond Beef.
Yes.
I mean, I was like, I couldn't even pronounce half of them. But if you're not a beef person, it's good to have alternatives.
Yeah.
And nowadays, in today's times in the restaurant industry, in the culinary world, alternatives are a big plus for people.
100%. Yeah.
You have to cater to everybody.
Absolutely.
Used to, I think, restaurant philosophy when we owned our restaurants, and as you well know, when you've been in business all your life, it was we had this is what we have. If you don't want to eat here, or if you don't like what we have, there's another concept. Or, and you didn't say that, but people that weren't
that was the mindset.
That was the mindset, and a matter of fact, in people's mindsets, that's the way it was too. They were going to your place for a specific reason, right? Or a specific dish. Nowadays, people are all about new flavor profiles, new dishes, new experiences.
That's why at Shell Shack, we have the buffalo chicken sandwich, we have, the burger, we have different things for the people who, you got to be smart about it. Think about it. If you have a 10 top and one person doesn't like seafood, you just lost that 10 top.
Yeah.
But now they come in, they got buffalo chicken, they got a great cheeseburger and everything. Same with Sushi Marquee. If we just did sushi, you could lose, one person doesn't like sushi. So we put a full hotline with steaks and chicken and everything on there.
Steak is very good. I've had it there.
Yeah.
I also had swordfish there one day. Do you still do swordfish?
That was a, off menu item that we do every once in a while.
It was a swordfish steak. It was delicious.
And that's why, Sushi Marquee, we won Best Sushi in DFW this year, and we won Best All-Around Restaurant in Frisco.
Where are you putting all these awards? I mean, there's only so much space on walls.
Well, we're actually waiting for the awards to come in, and we'll swap out the other ones and put them up. Yeah.
I just line them up. You know how Jerry Jones always has a big trophy case out there.
Right.
Just start putting all your things in there and see if you can get as many as he does. Well, he needs more. So, Dallas, in your opinion, what has been the hardest thing for you as a restaurateur during COVID? What has been the hardest thing for you to overcome?
The staff shortages and supply chain shortages. Yeah. The rising price, trying to let the customers know, trying to educate them on what's going on in this world, and somebody complaining that they saw a Google pic of our menus. Somebody took a picture and put it on Google a year ago. Well, our prices have gone up a little bit, and she's saying, well, there's your prices. Ma'am, that's a picture somebody took a year ago. Yeah. People just, they really need to take it easy on the restaurants.
I understand people looking at Google or anywhere else if they want to try to go somewhere or kind of see what the food's about. But how can somebody, I still don't understand how they can look at something on Google, which could be 5 years old, a menu price or anything, and think it's going to be the same. And you have to actually go there and get the current information or go to their social media.
We have a website that our manager actually pulled up and said, here are our prices. Well, this is a Google pic from a year ago, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, we got a bad review once because somebody drove through Plano and couldn't find a parking spot because it was packed and never even stepped in and gave us a 1 star. He said, couldn't find a parking spot. And I was like, really?
Don't you think that Google and Yelp, all these people owe it to the restaurateurs, the chefs, the service people to put a little bit more emphasis on what's actual real?
Yeah. I mean,
comment?
that's always been a complaint. They just put comments up there, and they have some weird algorithm that they talk about, which nobody believes, because you'll get somebody who's never been on Yelp leave a 1-sentence review, and which is never supposed to stick, and it sticks.
Yeah.
But people that have been on there and leave 2 paragraphs, it'll get deleted off.
I will tell you, after my business managing 11 social media platforms, 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. All the algorithms I've ever seen on any social media platform, anybody, it benefits the business, the people that's running the platform, and not the people that are that have the business on the platform.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Correct.
I've never seen one algorithm that I know of and I'm a very positive guy, but I've never seen one algorithm that I know of that actually benefits a chef or a restaurateur or helps him, because the algorithm is geared more towards the company itself.
Sure.
So I just wish they could make it, especially during COVID.
Right.
I mean, with all the problems there was with COVID, because some of the restaurants and still having trouble, I just wish there was more help on the restaurant side.
Well, and speaking of COVID, it is there are so many rules that go into place, or there are recommendations, or a lot of things that are left up to the restaurant. Let's talk about masks for just a quick second. Unfortunately, you are never going to make everybody happy.
No,
You've
it's impossible.
You got people that come in and they want to wear a mask. Okay, great, you can wear a mask. Well, they're upset that everybody else is not wearing a mask. Flip side of that, if you institute a mask policy, then you're going to have the people, because it's not a law. We were having hard enough problems when it was a mandate,
Right.
trying to get people to, well, if they don't want to wear a mask and it's not a mandate, although legally you can mandate it for your business, but then you're going to get all these other people
Right.
upset. So you've got a double-edged sword no matter what you do, and you cannot make everybody happy. We put a policy at our restaurants now where at Sushi Marquee and Shell Shack especially, they wear a mask around their arm, or they
Right.
can wear a mask if they choose to. I leave it up to
Right.
my employees, but they will ask the customer, would you like me to put a mask on? And they'll put it on that way if they want them to for that table.
Sure.
But you'll never make everybody happy.
Yeah. It's and here again, I think that that was due some part to some of all the part to the media blasting it down everybody's throat when no one really knew. I mean, they didn't know what was working. Still, half the masks don't work.
Right.
They're not effective. I mean, it's just a whole conglomerate of things. And the people who got beat up the most were the restaurants, service people, chefs, and the retail world.
100%.
That was it. Everybody else, y'all, let's say we, because I'm in that business, but took the blunt of all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just killed. I know for a fact. My video stated how many restaurants they've closed over 200 restaurants.
Yeah,
I mean it's crazy.
It's horrible.
200,000. I'm sorry, nationwide.
Right.
90,000 closed permanently. Some are still going to open back up, but I mean it's
or they say they're going to open back up. They're trying.
Yeah, they're trying, and that's another thing. People, you've been closed for 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, and so now you're in the rear with your money. So when you open up, you're trying to pay your expenses now,
right?
Expenses in the rear, and it's never going to work out. There's no way to get rid of that debt unless you pay it off.
No, 100%. That's one reason, we were very fortunate enough that all the concepts stayed open, and people were nice, and we had regulars that were patroning our restaurants 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Just to, keep everybody going. And we were very fortunate that we were able to keep it going.
I know you did a lot of you did a lot to go, and you were really happy when the to-go drink thing came into effect, the law.
Yeah. So the to-go came in, our to-goes went up 500%.
Yeah.
And then.
Was that shocking to you?
It was very shocking, but then the complaints came that we weren't answering the phone. And
I remember that.
Yeah. And we actually had to put a new phone system in, because literally we had 4 people answering phones, and as soon as they hang it up, they'd pick it right back up. But all those people were getting was just constant ringing. So,
yeah.
Now it's actually in a queue where it'll tell you where you are in the queue.
Okay.
And then the to-go drinks came about, and
that saved a lot of people.
That saved a lot of people. I don't think it got the correct recognition, or it didn't help out exactly what everybody thought it would, but it still currently helps out.
Yeah.
I mean, where you can't buy liquor on Sunday, you can go to a restaurant and get it to go if you want, as long as you get an entree with it, know, and as long as they are doing it.
Can you get it to go on Sunday to the house if you get an entree with it? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've seen lots of restaurants doing the big to go premixes and stuff for the weekend and stuff. And some of them, it depends on how your restaurant. If you have now there are some restaurants that have opened up after COVID, and they set up separate areas for that. If your restaurant is set up for that, you can run basically. You're running 2 businesses.
Right.
You're running your restaurant operation, and you're running your to-go business. And where some people have screwed up, and this has caused a lot of people problems, is they tried to keep they have only the restaurant, but they tried to keep the same amount of to-go business and run the restaurant, and they were killing their service in their restaurant side to get their to-go side out.
Right.
And they've had to, a lot of them even had to quit taking to-go orders, and that's just, it's a...
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand that too with the to-go orders that,
It's two separate businesses.
it's two separate. And, when you're running out of one kitchen doing that, I mean, you can kill the kitchen so easy, and then you're not taking care of your people that are in the restaurant. So, when people see that to-goes aren't available, they don't realize that they're so slammed at that point.
Yeah.
Or on a different note, maybe the to-go platform is just down, and that happens in this day and age. It was funny a few weeks ago, credit card system for a very well-known credit card company was down worldwide. And I happened to be in Vegas at that time, and was eating at a restaurant, and I got the word, and I told everybody what to do on our side. Well, then all of a sudden the manager comes up and apologizes. He had an old knuckle buster, and I go, "Oh, you with this credit card system?" And he goes, "Yeah, how did you know that?" I said, "Yeah, down worldwide, all of our restaurants are down also." But people don't understand that. That's completely,
the old knuckle buster, the old
and that's completely out of our control, And so everybody.
How many people you think have seen those though?
Oh my Lord! I mean,
remember that?
Yeah,
that thing,
I mean that was back in the day.
Oh my God, that slider!
And we still keep them just for that purpose, just in case. But
But every credit card used to be run like that. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when they used to look at the green sheet thing, and they used to, way back when credit cards first started, I'm telling my age here, they used to look up the number on to see if it was still effective before
Right.
Yeah, had to look and make sure the card was through. Those only came out every other month. So if your credit card wasn't any good, a lot of people got away with it for a while. But yeah.
And then they used to pull the carbons out, and customers would like to take the carbons so nobody could fake their credit card. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, Dallas, what do you think challenges are going to be for the next 6 months for the restaurant industry?
Staffing and supply. Yeah, I think the staffing and supply issues, that's going to take a little bit of time to correct itself. Eventually, it will. But I want to. And the supply, you're seeing shortages even with liquor specs. They're having their challenges with.
I think because it's all the glassware and stuff to put bottles or the.
Well, there's the glassware. There is because of COVID. You've seen crown shortages. You've seen right now Topo Chico is having shortages.
And truck drivers.
And that is through everything. These truck drivers are dropping loads because they're getting $1 per mile more to take this load and drive it. I mean, and like I said, all the ships circling the port right now because
that blew my mind when I saw that.
There's nobody to offload them. Yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And Biden can have them open the ports 24 hours a day. That don't make a hill of beans.
No,
that you can open them up all you want to, but you have to have trucks and people and machinery to run it 24 hours a day.
Right.
So there we are.
Right.
So Dallas, what was when you originally started your first restaurant, what was the biggest hurdle you got over for you in your mind when you started the first restaurant? What was the thing that scared you the most?
Oh my Lord. Taxes.
yeah. How to pay taxes. Yeah. You got to pay two people, banker and taxes.
Right. Yeah. Taxes scared me, and then there was liquor taxes and everything, and I got to give all the credit to my corporate office staff and Angela and, June and Sandy and, they just run the corporate side of things,
and let Dallas be Dallas.
Right. And then, hats off to Shelby, Shelby, she's with me basically 24/7 and she's my right hand, goes everywhere. And that girl is, I'd be lost without her. Yeah. And then, all my management staff and everybody from, my brother to Ken over at Sushi Marquee to BG, to Mike Colatarsi, Bill, Monty just came on as the COO for Shell Shack. Derek and Artie and, just all these guys. And I'm sorry if I'm not mentioning somebody, but I mean, these guys have been with me forever.
Years.
I've got Jen, who's been with me through all my concepts. She's been with me 18 years. 18 years.
You don't look that old. All right, Dallas. So tell everybody real quick. Let's talk about social media. Sushi Marquee.
SushiMarquee.com.
Okay.
And we've got shellshack.com for Shell Shack. We got ebbandflowtx.com for Ebb and Flow. They've all got Facebooks. They're all doing posts nonstop. You want to see what's going on, you can always get there. They're doing daily posts, looking at the different catfish for Shell Shack or the crab or Sushi Marquee, different rolls. Ken, he's so funny. He's like, I don't know how to do this. Ken does the best posts, and he doesn't even realize it. He does great
Keeping
posts.
it current, baby.
Yeah,
Keeping it current.
He does it. He thinks he's horrible at it, and that guy does so well at post. And he gets a little flustered with this hibachi coming out. And Ken's background is hibachi.
Yeah.
And man, it's so just dead on. I mean, the guy, he gets so stressed out, man, and he's just killing it over at Sushi Marquee. And then same thing with Ebb Flow. Those guys are just knocking out park. Josh, a little frustrated when he first started. I mean, he's killing it in that kitchen. I mean, just coming up with new ideas and new flavors, and the bar staff, everybody's just doing so well. So I just can't say enough about everybody.
Keeping it current.
Yeah, keeping it current, keeping it real.
That's right, Dallas. So happy to have you here again, man. And I'm gonna see you next week. I'm gonna try the hibachi.
Yeah,
we're gonna make them run. We're gonna do Sushi Marquee,
Ebb Flow. Maybe even run over to Shell Shack.
Yeah, gonna get a little Uber. Go driver.
Go driving. Yeah. No driving for us.
No. Doesn't work out well.
Nope. Never.
All right, guys. If y'all are looking for us, Trey's Chowdown.com has all our blogs, all our information. We have a restaurant directory in there. We've got the new barbecue guide. We've got the best burgers. We've got our best brunches. We have our most unique dishes. Just had an article drop in West Fort Worth Magazine about the most unique dishes in Fort Worth. All kinds of stuff on our website, TreyChapman.com, or like I always tell everybody, you can just Google me.
There you go. There you go.
And it all comes up. But we're going to be here same time, same channel next week. I have Chef Justin from Bowl Lounge in here, which I went to. That was fun.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it's fun. He does a good. They just everything from scratch. There
you go.
Nowadays, if you're not doing that in a restaurant business, you're not going to survive. Right. So next week, Chef Justin with Bowl Lounge. Check it out. Hook us up on social media. Follow us, like us, share our stuff. We'll see you next week, Dallas. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for having me.
See y'all next week. Adios.